Hey everyone, welcome to another Anime Kingdom discussion and review. This one is on episode 13, the final episode of Charlotte. And this episode looks like in the last episode I said there was like three possibilities. They went with pretty much the possibility, the first one I thought is possibility, which is pretty much they have like kind of a time skip, a sped up version of what is going on, him saving taking away everyone's powers. That's pretty much what happened in this episode. So I'm going to talk about the episode. Pretty much what happened was literally, like I said, he just went to every single country taking powers, and there was the thought of him losing his mind, and that is what happens. At first everything seems pretty dang good. I honestly I was kind of having those cringing moments when I heard them speaking English and stuff, and they weren't even in like America. They were in the Philippines at that time, so I don't know, they should have been speaking Filipino, but whatever. But yeah, I had to cringe at those moments when I heard people speaking in English. It was after that, it was pretty badass seeing all the different types of powers. Some pretty dang crazy, to be honest. But as you see, one thing I liked about it, even though most of it I didn't like because it felt too rushed this episode, to be honest, was it did show like how he was like fine at the beginning, lots of hope, he's gonna come back and everything, and slowly his mind is decaying worse and worse and worse till he's losing his mind, not remembering anything, who he is, who anyone is. It was pretty crazy that they called him the One-Eye Reaper. That's a pretty badass name. He was like, oh, that's a embarrassing name, but I'm like, that's pretty badass. But the one thing that was keeping him together was pretty much now Tomori, the thing that she gave him, so he can speak, note cards pretty much. And it was really cute to see that was the one thing holding him down. It was like an anchor to let him keep going. Because at one point he was going so crazy. He was like, I could rule the world. I'm so strong, But and he kicked it away and he's like, no, and starts crying. And you see the torture he is in. Like, even though all of this is happening, he's still moving forward. He's still trying to be as strong as he can. Because like seriously, all those powers. He's going to every single country in the world. There's probably like in the thousands, maybe more than that, of people. We don't know how much people is infected with this, so who has ability powers. And he even had to do people with that were the potential to be, they were going to turn, they're carriers, they're going to turn, so he had to take their powers away too. And that also meant he had to use that crazy power that it pretty much increases, makes a disease worse. I knew that's what he was going to do. It was kind of obvious in that point. Like, some of the stuff was obvious on how he would do it. And it kind of seemed like, wow, he's pretty lucky that he gets these kind of things, like a power to find everyone that's better than Kumagami. Yeah. There's even a point where he did get a healing ability. He could have healed his eye and went back and saved Kumagami, to which he doesn't. To be honest, I think I would have, and then try and do this all over again, but this time with help and stuff. And, no one would die, but he was on it for the long run. He did a whole bunch of things, and his plan, his thing, he was set. He was going to keep doing this till it was over, no matter how hard it was. And then he finally pretty much ends. He's almost dies from a guy with arrows. It's pretty weird considering how powerful he was before, but his mind was pretty much gone, and he was like done for. And then of course we get it was a really nice ending, to be honest. Everyone is happy. The ship has sailed, everyone. Now XU together. It was sad at first because she's like, oh, you forgot me. And he really has no idea who she is or anything, but except for the fact that, those note card things helped him get there. And she was happy because of that. And she was telling, she's his lover, and she was crying. At first sad, but after it was happy. And now all of them, including, Ayumi, Yusa, and Takojo, can finally, live normal lives because they no longer have their powers. It seems like, I guess he lost all his powers. It's probably like, I don't know how long he's been out there, for one thing, either, because I think he had a year or so or something like that. So he's been out there for quite a while, taking away all the powers. So now he, doesn't have his power either. So now they can, move forward and make new memories together, because obviously his memories are pretty much all gone. But yeah, overall it was a really cute ending. No kiss, of course. That was kind of sad. Kind of sad that they didn't have that, but it was a nice, sweet ending. His brother and everyone, even though Kumigami is dead, they're moving on. Everyone's happy. You know, this ability thing is gone, so no one will. There's no potential. You know, they could have done so much more, but it was still good. A good episode. I liked it. It felt a little too rushed, but it was still good. Now let's talk about the overall season now that I'm done with the episode. Overall season, if I had to give it a review, I would, out of like 10, I would give it 8 out of 10. Honestly, this anime could have been so much better, to be honest. Honestly, I keep saying that, but honestly, but yeah, I loved, you know, the whole aspect of it, and the second half. The first half, that's how usually a lot of these key animes are. You know, first is like kind of just slice of life, joking, nice comedy, nice, you know, friendship, all this kind of stuff. But I feel like there was some of these episodes that was not needed, just for like one new person they found a week or something. And because they did that, the second half felt really rushed. Like they could have done a lot more if they spread it out more evenly, or if they had a bigger season, like 24 episodes. And they didn't. So these last episodes felt really like they were really good. Some of them felt good, but some of them felt rushed. And this last episode felt really rushed. They just condensed all of this. Honestly, I think they could have made a second season with what they did in the first half of this episode. You know, him trying to go out and everything. And, you know, there's other things they could have possibly put in as well. I just think they rushed this last episode. They rushed a lot of it out, but the last episode was really rushed, and it could have been done so much better. Another thing is like a lot of character development could have been done a lot better if they spread it out maybe to 2 seasons or a 24 episode season, and you know, taking out some of these episodes that were not needed, where they just threw in like they looked for one new person with powers and, you know, stopped them. Those episodes weren't all needed. Like, I get the ones that were introducing each person, but after that, it was really not needed. I did everything else besides that, though. It was honestly really great. Like, I loved the story of it, even though it was rushed in certain points. I loved the story. If they did a better job, it would have been amazing. I loved, even though you don't get to know most of the characters, I still loved you and, you know, and Tomori's kind of development that they have grown together, you know, and everything. So overall, it was a good anime. That's why I still gave it an 8 out of 10. But if it could have went to 9 or 10 if they, you know, didn't rush it. It's really just the deal with it being rushed. They could have done a lot better, and that's how I feel. Another thing is at the end, if you didn't see, we do get, they have announced that they are making another of Key's animes rewrite. Not animes, obviously. It's a visual novel rewrite, and they're turning it into an anime. So if you like Charlotte, like this, if you like Clannad, Angel Beats, you know, Little Busters, any of those kind of animes, then Rewrite is going to be, they're making another one called Rewrite, and honestly, I can't wait for that to see how this is, because so far I've loved all of Key's works. Maybe Air, I didn't care for as much, but it was still good. But yeah, overall, that was pretty much the ending and everything. Yeah, that's all I gotta say, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this Anime Kingdom discussion review. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If there's anything I missed and you want to talk about, comment below as well. And if you have a different opinion, like did you enjoy this, did you not enjoy this, any reasons why, feel free to comment below and we can have a discussion on it and everything. And yeah, it's been a good road. Quite a rush towards the end, but it was still honestly a good road. I really enjoyed this anime, and I would definitely recommend it to anyone that, you know, love this kind of stuff. And yeah, that's all I gotta say. So until next time, guys, see ya.